Hi guys, how are we doing? It's been a few days again. We've had life going on here. Everything's okay. It's just been very interesting, shall we say. We've had a few situations to deal with and they've been dealt with. Nothing drastic, nothing dark, just life needed me. Meanwhile, I'm going to wrap up the week of whips. It has been a great week. I've not done as much on my knitting challenge as I'd like, but I can dive into that with more gusto now. Last time I saw you, I was going to start on the pineapple doily because I'd found the right yarn for it. I'll show you that in a minute, but I've got something else to show you first. And that, when it finished, took me 48 grams, which meant the first ball would have been enough. It had been a full ball to start off with. As it wasn't, never mind. While looking for something, I came across yarn like this. Now this says it is Woolly's Roving Stripes. It in fact is not, and I have a few small balls like this. Actually, that ball's not enough. I had some blues, sort of pinks and tans and purples and creams, and then I had this interesting one with greens, blues, yellowish, pinks, purples, greys. It is more like those colours here. And I love this. I got these in mystery bags years ago, but never really knew what to do with them. Mouth is just not cooperating with my brain today. Sorry for the lighting, it's not the best today. If I put the big light on, I just go totally orange. So I've got the natural light coming through the window and a ring light over here. Anyway, when I come across these yarns in a bag, I thought, didn't I start something with that? I think I had intentions of doing a corner-to-corner blanket, but it's very chunky yarn, a very chunky yarn, as I discovered when I tried to make a hat from it. So I dragged out what I'd done, and I'd done about this much. So I decided to turn it into a cushion cover or a pillow cover, depending where you are. So I did the blue here. Then I went on to the pinks and browns here. Then on the other side, I started a corner with the blue because I had two lots of blue and used a whole one of these in the middle and finished with another bit of blue, and then I went round the outside and I have a cushion. Now I can't count the cushion middle as my craft yourself free or stash down because I pulled it out of another cushion cover we had that has long been past its sell by date, so to speak. So I upcycled it, and I did weigh it before I put everything together, so when I weigh this I can take away the weight of the cushion cover. But it's squidgy and soft and will do for my back on a bad day. I'm not too sure about the frills, but I quite like doing them. All I did was, when I joined them together, as you can see, was picked up between the blocks, done a single crochet, done 2 chain and put a single crochet in between the next block. Next row I put 3 half double crochets in the chain, and on the next row I put 2 more half double crochets in each stitch. And I quite like it. I didn't think all the colours were going to work together, but you can choose bright and cheerful, and this makes me think of the beach, beachy colours, sandy colours, and the sea. I'm not sure what that makes me think of, but I do like it. So that was technically a work in progress. It was just turned into something else. Now let's get back to what I said I was doing last time, which was doily number 3. And if you remember, I'd got so far into the doily and had done one pineapple and knew I didn't have enough to do the rest of the pineapples in one colour. But luckily I had held back and did it on that because I found another ball of yarn, which is leftovers around here somewhere. And I finished it. Oh, come on, Julie, you had this a minute ago. Where have you put it? Oh, it's on my lap. Let me put it up on the cushion, might be easier to see it. So back side or the right side? I think go around that side. It has not been blocked. I finished this. And I have to say that this project, I thought for some reason that pineapples would be intimidating, but they're really simple. There are only a few stitches used in this. There are double crochets. Whoops, this did not go to plan, did it? Double crochets, single crochets, and chains. And that is about, oh, I think there might be a treble crochets here. And it was actually really, really easy. Now, I don't think I'm ever going to do one in crochet thread or do bedspread or anything. But I always have admired these and have always wanted to know how to do them. Well, now I do. And it's finished. I even weaved in all the ends. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I am so, so proud of it. As for my week of whips, I have really, usually I'm a ditherer. I start doing something and it comes to a part I don't want to do, or I don't fancy doing that, and I'll put it down. Whether it be, it's usually in the last stages of sewing up something, or with amigurumi I've got all the bits but I don't want to put them together because I'm not too good at putting them together. However, I did my Hello Kitty one and I really was not confident to hand that over because the head was the wrong shape. But that was so loved. I gave my younger granddaughter the chick bird or whatever it was. I call it a chick because I did a comb for the top. I should put a tail on and realised afterwards, but never mind. And she loved it. Now, on Friday mornings, me and my daughter go to the same Slimming World Club. And being half term, she had the youngest with her. The older one, teenage, was in bed. So, yeah, she brought it on with her. And with the youngest granddaughter, she come along with her phone and a chick under her arm, so she was really happy with that. She was still carrying it around on Friday after I gave it to her on Wednesday. So that has boosted my abilities in amigurumi, because both children, if they thought they were rubbish, would have told me they were rubbish and they didn't like them. They're not ungrateful, they're just honest. And I think I will try to enforce that once a week, maybe not once a week, but once a month, I will stop and look out what I've got and what needs finishing off and what is a fairly quick finish to do, because it does give a lot more confidence and a sense of accomplishment to finish something, especially if you've been putting it off and sometimes you've even forgotten you've got them. I'm looking around trying to think, what have I got to finish? But at the moment, all I've got going now, the projects I've got going are my Quidditch jumper, which I've got to put the second colour onto next, my Fantastic Socks by Stephen West, which I'm close to doing the toe on the first one, and we're now on the 23rd of February and I need to get a shift on because I need to do the second one of that. although I won't be upset if it runs into March. And my Sophie's Universe, which I have not touched in a week. So those are the 3 I've got going. And those 3 are going, the socks won't take too long, but the jumper and Sophie's Universe are probably going to be ongoing for a bit longer. Sophie's Universe especially. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and limit how many other things I cast on, because I do get really distracted. I did find a few cast on things that I'd started, and one of them I don't actually know what I was making. It was that old. And there was another one I'd started knitting a beret. Why, I don't know. I'd got it in my mind that day I was going to knit a beret. I don't wear hats, not very often. Now and again, if it's really cold, I'll wear a hat for walking the dog. But I've never even tried on a beret, let alone know if it suits me. Other than that, not a lot to share. As I said, we've had a few interesting days. Everything's now calm, quiet and happy. Me and Luke have been keeping ourselves busy. What did we do yesterday? We did some baking yesterday together. And yesterday I started off some sourdough bagels, and we finished those today. Well, I finished baking them today, and we had those for lunch. And we made some pom-poms this afternoon as something to keep. Luke, I don't think Luke had ever made pom-poms. I'd seen everybody else making them, so he wanted to go, which of course I've left downstairs. And then we started talking about the colours you could do and what effects you could do with the pom-poms. And he now wants to go to the yarn shop tomorrow, which of course I said, of course we can, darling. I'll just check that one's open on a Monday, the one is specified. I mean, how can you not take somebody to the yarn shop when they ask you to? Other than that, it's been really, really quiet. Yep. So this afternoon, my plans are, well, we're on 3 o'clock. I've got about an hour or so before I have to start thinking about cooking tonight. So I think I'm going to sit down and get the next row of Sophie's Universe on the go and pull out the grey yarn I need for the Quidditch jumper, so that I can sit down and maybe watch some telly and do some mindless knitting on that tonight. What's everybody else doing? What's on your needles? What's on your hooks? I would say I need some inspiration, but I don't. I need some inspiration to finish what I'm doing. But I love to know what everybody's up to. I really do. How's everybody's stash down going? Have you heard of Craft Yourself Free? I don't know if I've explained this before. Sam from Manford's Makes and Christina from Bella Untrianto. I've said that wrong. And I've said it wrong. I'm not going to get it right now. I've said it wrong. I'm sorry, Christina. Are doing a Craft Yourself Free. Now, I'm doing also Bridget's by Queen's Craft by Bridget's Dash Down 2025. Whereas anything you've got in your stash from before January 1st, 2025 counts as the total for however you choose to count it for Stash Down 2025. So every month you total it up to see what you use over the year. It's a really good initiative. Christina and Sam took it a step further, and what they're doing is Craft Yourself Free. Anything you've got craft-wise, whether you got it 10 years ago or you got it yesterday, counts as stash. And it just encourages you to, like Bridget, to use your craft things to get something out, whether it be painting, cross stitch, knitting, crochet, resin making, anything. Just get it out and use it and have fun with it and free yourself from the burden, not the burden, of having all this stuff around. You would not believe the amount of stuff I've got in this room, just shoved in boxes and bags and in corners and in drawers and under the bed. So both initiatives or both ideas are great, and it really makes you stop and think up what you've got and what you can do with it. I was about to go off and leave you all, and I've gone off on a tangent. So if you haven't heard about Craft Yourself Free and you haven't heard of Stash Down 2025, I'll link the channel members down below, Bridget, Sam and Christina, and please go over and check them out, because it really helps get you thinking with what you've got. How can I use it before you go out and buy something else? Well, it has me. As I said, I think once things going back, I forgot I've got them, and then when I rediscovered them, it's as good as having gone to the yarn shop or the fabric shop, because I've forgotten I've got it. Anyway, this time I really am going to get on, and I'm really going to let you get on. Take care of yourselves, keep smiling and stay crafty. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.